Hi, this is Mark. I want to continue on the Wicked Edge fall and holiday season 2023. Let's change it to the shopper's and buyer's guide because I want to help you guys shop the different models so you know which one to buy. Now, I did a previous one on the WE60 series and the WE66 Obsidian, and I discussed the Gen 4 Pro, but I'd be remiss, it wouldn't be Mark, if I didn't talk about my favorite, the WE100 series. The WE100 series is the original series, the original form factor, format, however you want to call it, configuration that Wicked Edge started with. It was this curved Euro-looking base with a vise on top of it. Let me see if I can show you real quick an original. This is an original WE100, and it had wrist pin-like adjusters, and it had a standard vise and little short guide rods and little short square bar, but it clamped up with a tool. It held your knife essentially vertically and securely and let you work at the precision that we've come to love. Then Wicked Edge took that standard vise on the WE100, the first one, the WE100, had the standard two-piece vise like the WE60 model, the same configuration, whereas this one mounts on a base, has a square bar. This one, the base on the WE60 is integral, and it can be clamped or mounted again on a base. So mechanically, they both have the standard vise, the WE60 and the WE100 series. From there, this is where the WE100 series steps up. The WE100, the difference between the 100 and the 120 is with the 120, they elevated the standard vise, which changed the geometry of the setup. It allowed them to use a longer square bar. It made the vise taller, so it changed the geometry that made it easier to work with by expanding everything in the geometry, the trigonometry, the relationship. It expanded everything so that now the spaces are bigger, it's easier to see, it's easier to work with high precision. The 100 started with set guide rods like the WE60 that you could slide them anywhere you wanted, lock them up on that angle. The angle range on the WE100 is shorter, and it's all manually controlled. You slide the guide rod and you lock it in place. As you went to the 120 with the taller vise on the riser, now the 120 included micro angle adjusters. This is an upgrade, but they had screw micro angle adjusters. And then the difference between the 120 and the 130 was the 130 introduced the Gen 3 vise into the 100 series. The Gen 3 vise was invented to put on the Gen 3 Pro, and they made a configuration that would mount on this base. So that's where the Wicked Edge 130 comes from. It's the same vise that's used on the Gen 3 Pro, the top of the line, older model. Like this Gen 4 Pro, it's the blue one, and that vise is the roller cam vise that rolls over and locks. It also has the tensioning adjuster on the back side that lets you preset the tension as you need it, from fine to coarse, fine to a stronger compression, and that allows you to clamp various thickness knives in this roller cam vise. Now the 130, the reason that this is my favorite is this proven, long used vise system. This vise, the Wicked Edge 130 vise, has been used since it was introduced on the Gen 3 Pro in about 2016, and it has seen improvements and upgrades to the machining and the parts. And right now this roller cam vise is the top of the line roller cam vise in the Wicked Edge arsenal. It is different from the newer dual cam vise, but it is certainly as effective and as enjoyable to use and as easy to use. So I want to make that clear. You have the 130 series with the roller cam vise. Works very well. It has a tensioning. It is used on the Wicked Edge 130. And this vise is attached from the bottom. That is the only shortcoming I can tell you about the WE100 series, is it has to mount from the bottom. That means that you have to make a template or get a template or do something to line up the holes. It's not like this 60 that has the mounting screw holes here on the top, so you just lay it on there, run a screw in and bolt it down. This one you have to mount from the bottom. No big deal, but it's just something that you need to know so it's not a surprise. If you buy the 100, the 120, the 130 without a mount, it is meant to be mounted from up underneath with screws. This one, this 60 series and the 66 have screw holes on the top, and they'll mount to anything. It's just one little thing. It's a little easier to mount, a little simpler. This is a little cleaner looking, a little more of a Euro design. The other thing that's very important that I want to talk about, this is my favorite, and why I like it is because it's low and it's flat and it's open. I like that I can use various length guide rods depending upon how long of a knife I want to use. I can use various length guide rods. The WE100 series 120 and 130 do use the proprietary threaded guide rods that are used also in the Gen 4 Pro. I'm mixing up a lot of stuff because I'm trying to tie this all together. The WE60 series uses the new rollerball guides. So the guide rods are completely different between these series. These are not going anywhere. Don't be afraid that the threaded guide rods are going away, because they're used on the newest flagship Gen 4 Pro. So these guide rods, threaded guide rods, are going to be here. We have the new roller guide rods for the WE66 and the WE60. They are not interchangeable. The guide rods are not interchangeable. They are the same size. They both work the same with all the stones. All the stones that Wicked Edge ever made, from the very early ones that had the black insides to the newest ones like these that are dual color. They're compatible, whether it's the WE100 series or the WE66 series. The stones are interchangeable, backward compatible, frontward compatible, and they work with any of the guide rods. The WE130 is my favorite because it is adaptable, it is upgradable, it is customizable. I have this 130 that's mounted flat on this base. I have a 130 that is elevated with a riser block to make it the geometry wider and easier to work at high precision. I have my tall one in the back, the animal, that's my, how do we call that? Let's call that, that's my Pro Mod Wicked Edge 130 that has riser blocks and micro angle adjusters and all the bells and whistles. That is my go-to sharpener. There is nothing that I can do in any Wicked Edge that I can't do in that one. The same thing, there is nothing I can't do in this Wicked Edge that I can't do on that one. It's personal preference. I just want you to know I checked Zanvac and Gendy Group. They have the 100 series, the 120 and the 130s in stock. When I looked yesterday, Wicked Edge had the 100, 120 and 130s in stock. It's a different form factor. It's up to you. I liked that I can use the adjustable square bars. I lock it down. I make my gross angle adjustments, and then I do my fine angle adjustments. It uses the older roller cam vise. It's been around for a long time. This is the latest upgraded roller cam vise. It holds very well. I like it because it has a removable handle. The handle is reversible, but the Wicked Edge 130 is the top of the line in the Wicked Edge 100 series. We have the WE66, the top of the line in the WE60 series, and then we have the king of the bunch, the Gen 4 Pro. And that is the lineup for the holiday season shopper's guide. I'm going to come back and we're going to do what I do, and I'm going to give you my opinion and editorialize, and we'll go from there. Thanks.